Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Donna here. We're out to play again today on a Tuesday. And today we're going to be back at the Cricut and back at Design Space. And we're going to have fun making a different kind of project. We're not really doing a sign, but we're kind of doing a sign. And we're going to show you some techniques that you can use. And you know, I'll share with you that there are techniques you can use even if you don't have a Cricut. So I'm hoping that you're all having a good day today. I'm so happy that you stopped by. If this is the first time you stopped by and you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you'll be notified whenever I come out to play. And if you're here on a regular basis, thanks so much. I appreciate you. And I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up and like this video also. I know it's different because some people don't have Cricuts or don't do paper crafts and only do wreaths. But I'm a crafter and I like to craft all kinds of things. And so I don't want to just do wreaths. I know that my wreath videos get a lot more hits on them than some of the other crafts, but that's okay. I don't mind. I think it's fun to do all kinds of things. I have to show you one thing, and I'm going to try to move the camera over so you can see it. Yesterday, I did a curbside pickup at Michael's, and they had their craft storage on sale for, I think it was, I don't know, so many percentage off. So I picked up one of the, and I will swing you around and tip you down. Oops. Let's see if I can get it for you. Hold on a second. I have to move my viewfinder so I can see what you're seeing. One of these storage carts. And it's great. It's nice and heavy. And it was $29.99. So I thought that was a great deal. I believe it's actually all week because it was in their weekly ad. Has 3 levels. And I'm just kind of getting my stuff organized in it. But anyway, that's what I picked up yesterday along with some new vinyl because I was running low. And see, I could reel this right into the closet if I choose, and then just bring it out when I'm going to be working in here. Or I can leave it right sitting next to me. Okay, so let me show you a little hint of what's coming next. Hang in there and I'll be right back. Okay, thought I'd show you my Cricut. It's a special one. You can't buy one just like this. They're not available. And I bet you don't have one that looks like this. You know why? It's monogrammed. How many of you have a monogrammed Cricut? I'm going to show you how you can get one. Stay tuned for creating a monogram in Cricut Design Space. Okay, I have to do this with the tripod and the camera, so it's not quite as good as a screenshot, but I wanted to show you what the website looked like when you opened it up. And this is called Dafontcom, DAFONT.com. And you can see it opens up and it says, gives you all kinds of suggestions. You want fancy, you want foreign looking, you want technical, bitmap, gothic, basic, script, dingbats, barcodes, and holidays. And it will give you all kinds of options under each one of those. And you can see that there's all kinds. Let's just, for the heck of it, I will pick Halloween for a holiday and see what we get. Scary Halloween. See, this looks like the words are bleeding. And then there's all these little characters. And these are all fonts that you can load onto your computer. All right. Now, up on the top of this is a search. Over here to the right is a search bar. And I am going to write Monogram. And now that is going to give me fonts that are used for monograms. Okay. And they're mostly kind of decorative fonts. All right. There's actually more on the second page. Okay, I'm going back to page 1 because the one I like is this one here, which is called Monogram KK. Now over to the right, you have the option of downloading it. You click download, and it will download, and it shows it downloading down on the bottom left. Now I've already done that, so I'm not going to do it again, but I'll download this free Monogram one here, just so we can show you the process. I'm coming over here, going to press download, and now the Monogram is done. So now I can just go out of this, and I will go to downloads, and here's the Monogram right here. Okay, I'm going to double click it, and I am going to be, let me go back one, sorry. I'm going to right click it, and I'm going to say open. Oh, there we go. First I need to go up the top and say extract, okay? And extract all, there we go. And extract. There you go. Now that is part of my system's fonts. Golly gee. Okay. So we're out of this now. I'm going to take you into Cricut Design Space and show you how that all comes together. I'll be right back in Cricut Design Space. Okay, here we are in Design Space, and I'm going to ask for a new project. I'm just going to change this canvas color a little bit. I think it shows up better. Let's just move this down tiniest bit. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to start with the text. And I'm going to add my 3 initials, which are going to be a D, an S, and an I. I'm going to start with a capital D. And there you go. We'll put that right up here. And before I go any further, I'm going to duplicate it twice. And we'll just leave those off to the side for now. And I'm going to start with this one. Now that's just a plain D, and I'm going to make this 2 inches tall. I'm going up top to the height and make it 2. And I didn't unlock it, so of course it will stay in its same dimensions. Over here on the left, it says Cricut Sans, and I'm going to look down and find over to the right, it says Search Fonts. I'm going to write Monogram. Okay, now this gives me all the fonts in Cricut design space that would be used for monogramming. But remember, we downloaded one to the system. So if we go over here to System, there's the one we downloaded right here. And so I'm going to choose that, and there's my D. And that's the Monogram KK. All right, so now what I'm going to do with this one is double click it. It brings up the screen. I'm going to get, I didn't mean to do that. Let me just do this again. Okay, I'm going to double click it, and I'm going to backspace and make that an S. And so now I have the S, and the S is my last name, so that's going to go in here. And here's my font. Now usually your middle one is a little larger. We made this 2. I'm going to make this one 2.5. And now here's the last one. I'm going to double click it, and that's going to be an I. Bring this, whoops. There we go. Bring this up here. And I'm going to go back, get my system, get my I, and I'm making this one 2, the same as the first one. Okay, so basically there is my monogram. Now I'm going to move them so they just barely touch. Sometimes you have them overlapping like this, but I like them so they just barely touch. Oop. Okay, now what I'm going to do is highlight this whole thing, and I'm going up to a line, and I'm going to center it vertically, and that gets those 3 pieces centered vertically but still touching. I think I'm going to make this D come in just a bit more. Let me just do that alignment again because I may have moved it. Okay, so there you go. There's my monogram. And so now I'm going to select the whole thing, go down to the bottom on the right hand side and hit weld. Okay, now I like to have a circle around my monogram. So I'm going to bring out a circle. Go over here to Shapes, select a circle. Let me just move this out of the way for a minute. I'm going to duplicate the circle, and we'll make this second one white just so we can see what we're doing. Okay, now I'm going to just move it in the tiniest bit so you can tell I'm on top of the other one. And I'm going to go in and in and in just a little. And now I'm going to select this, and I'm going to center it horizontally and center it vertically. And now I am perfectly in the middle of that other one, okay? Now what I'll do is I will select it, go down here to the bottom, and the first one you see is the word slice. And I have sliced away the inside of that circle. So now all I'm going to do, I'll bring this down, is move this over and make it big enough to go around my monogram. And I will do the same thing. I will align it, I will center it vertically, and I will center it horizontally. And now you have it perfectly centered within that circle. Now the last thing I'm going to do is highlight the whole thing, go down here and attach it. So now I have one piece, see? Now I'll say make it. Now it's not going to show up too good because it's black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this, and I'll go back and I will make this red because that's the color I'm going to cut it out actually. Now as I make it again, now you can see it a little better, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is say continue. It's going to look for my machine, which is on. And it will find it in a second, and it will say set my material, but my material is already set to vinyl. So I'm all set to go. I'm going to take you over and we'll watch it cut it out. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, here we are, telling me to load my machine. And now it's telling me to cut. And we'll see what happens. Now this is actually cutting one about the same size as the one that you see on the machine. And right now I'm using removable vinyl, so I can put it on something and then take it off later. It's cutting the circle. And now we'll cut the inside of the circle. Or the outside. Whichever one it did first, I don't know. Okay, we'll remove it. And you can't really see it, I don't think, too well. But I'll bring you back over to the table and we'll pick up from there. Okay, now the first thing I did is I cut off this other half of that vinyl so that I don't have that much to work with. And now we're going to separate the vinyl from the backing. And I'm going to start with weeding the inside circle away. Because I want to try to keep the outside circle. See, the outside circle is not really attached. But if I put it all on the transfer tape at the same time, I'll be able to move it all at the same time. Now there's a good bit of weeding to do with this, and quite honestly, it's difficult to see. I think there's one more here. Some of these lines are very thin. There you go. There's the eye. Let me just see where the beginning of this one is. I think there's one right here. Once you get one of the pieces out, it gives you a little bit of a better idea of where your other ones are. I kind of tore that one a little bit. Here we go. And I don't have a Cricut pickaroo, whatever they want to call it. So I'm using my craft knife because it has a very sharp point on it. Two more pieces. Nope, I think three. No, I think there's just two. Is this one? And this one? I don't think there is anyone there. I think that's just where they're overlapped. So let's just get some contact paper, transfer paper. I don't think this is quite big enough. Oh, this one is. And we will now work at getting this. And actually, I can take this off of the mat and get rid of the mat and make it easier. Now I'm going to get rid of the top of this. Those little pieces of red vinyl that you take off, or vinyl, whatever color that you take off, want to stick to everything. So, and this is sometimes tricky. Oh, I think I've got it. Maybe. No. I think I got it. Yay for me. And this isn't too big, so I'm going to try to lay this down in one piece. I'll put it down at the bottom and just roll it up with my hand. There we go. And now we go through the same process. I'm going to use my tool here. Credit cards work nice. But the bone folder, I think, does an okay job. And you can see it get darker as you get it stuck to the vinyl. Gives you a little hint that it is sticking to the vinyl. To the transfer paper, I'm sorry. Let's see what we get here now. And once you get a little piece of it, it'll pull it. All right, there we go. Let me just set this here for a second. And this is what I'm going to monogram. And I'll show you in a minute. This is a navy blue notebook, so I think the red will look good on it. I'm going to do the same as I did before. Put one side on. Take the bone folder that I don't know what I did with. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, here it is. Same color as what I set it on, and I couldn't see it. But you see, making a monogram is really quite easy, and this would be a great thing if you go to someplace like the Dollar Tree and pick up some inexpensive solid colored maybe hand towels or even a big towel, bath towel. Now they have vinyl that is iron-on, and so you could do the same thing and make yourself some monogram towels. Now they can be used, they can be washed. I'm kind of the opinion that I'd like it as a one to show. My mother was an RN, as I was, but when in her day, she always wore a white uniform, and in her pocket on the left-hand side always was a beautiful lace handkerchief. And she always carried a handkerchief also. So she had what you'd say is one to show, one to blow. So that's a kind of the feeling I would have for those towels. I'd kind of use them for decoration more than actual use. And there you go. Look at that. So there you go. A monogram notebook. Came out nice. And this notebook is actually one that I use for my paper crafts. These are tutorials that I have bought that show you how to make different projects. And they're projects that I have made. These are mostly for paper crafting notebooks and scrapbooks. I made this one. This was like a backpack. Isn't that cute? And it's actually an album, photo album. And then these are some of the little stamps that I have, my faces and so on and so forth. So it's a lot of different things in here. And now I have it monogrammed. So enjoy making a monogram. And don't forget, those fonts, once you have loaded them into the system, are available to you in your Word programs too, not just in Cricut Design Space. So you could actually create a little monogram. You can't manipulate them as well in Word as you can, at least I don't know how to, in Cricut Design Space. But I did make a piece of monogram stationery, and it looked kind of cute. Or you could put that monogram on a sticker sheet and put them on the back of your envelopes when you mail something. Make a little personalization. So enjoy. I'll be back in a couple of minutes with some closing remarks. So what'd y'all think? I thought that was kind of fun. And it's amazing how you can take fonts from all kinds of websites. Now that Dafont website is only one of many that have free fonts and all kinds of fonts. And not just for making monograms, but like I was showing you, for doing Christmas projects or Halloween projects, Valentine's projects. You can always go and see if you can find something that's delightful and nice to use. If you like to make your own Christmas cards, or if you just want to do a little project with a sign for Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And I'll be back again on Friday, and we'll do some other kind of crafty project. Not sure yet what it's going to be, but I'll see you then. I want to ask you a question. Do y'all have your patriotic decor down? I have my wreaths, outside wreaths, changed out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 wreaths outside, 1 in the back and 3 in front. And I changed the last one of those out today, and I have to tell you, my pretty patriotic bubble wreath with the USA is a goner. You can spray them, you can do whatever you want to, but when it sits 5 hours in tropical sun, it just doesn't stay. And I've had that one for a couple of years now, so next year we'll be making a new one. Something to look forward to. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed today. Give it a try. Try out some of these new fonts you can find in those websites and play around with it. So I'll talk with you Friday. We'll have a good time then, and we'll make something. Until then, play nice. Oh, I don't want to say that yet. Keep safe. Keep healthy. Play by the rules. Keep your distance, wear your mask, and play nice now. Love you.